Bastille Day is the common name given in English-speaking countries to the National Day of France, which is celebrated on 14th of July each year. In French, it is formally called Fête nationale and commonly and legally le 14 juillet. The French National Day is the anniversary of the storming of the Bastille on July 14, 1789, a major event of the French Revolution, as well as the Fête de la Fédération that celebrated the unity of the French people on July 14, 1790. Celebrations are held throughout France. One that has been reported as the oldest and largest military parade in Europe is held on 14th of July on the Champs-Élysées in Paris in front of the President of the Republic, along with other French officials and foreign guests. In 1789, tensions rose in France between reformist and conservative factions as the country struggled to resolve an economic crisis. In May, the Estates General Legislative Assembly was revived, but members of the Third Estate broke ranks, declaring themselves to be the National Assembly of the country, and on 20th of June, vowed to write a constitution for the kingdom. On 11th of July, Jacques Necker, the finance minister of Louis XVI, who was sympathetic to the Third Estate, was dismissed by the king, provoking an angry reaction among Parisians. Crowds formed, fearful of an attack by the royal army or by foreign regiments of mercenaries in the king's service, and seeking to arm the general populace. Early on 14th of July, one crowd besieged the Hôtel des Invalides for firearms, muskets, and cannons, stored in its cellars. That same day, another crowd stormed the Bastille, a fortress prison in Paris that had historically held people jailed on the basis of lettres de cachet, literally signet letters, arbitrary royal indictments that could not be appealed and did not indicate the reason for the imprisonment, and was believed to hold a cache of ammunition and gunpowder. As it happened, at the time of the attack, the Bastille held only 7 inmates, none of great political significance. The crowd was eventually reinforced by mutinous Garde Française, French guards, whose usual role was to protect public buildings. They proved a fair match for the fort's defenders, and Governor Delaunay, the commander of the Bastille, capitulated and opened the gates to avoid a mutual massacre. According to the official documents, about 200 attackers and just one defender died before the capitulation. However, possibly because of a misunderstanding, fighting resumed. In this second round of fighting, Delaunay and 7 other defenders were killed, as was Jacques de Flessels, the Prévôt des Marchands, provost of the merchants, the elected head of the city's guilds, who under the feudal monarchy also had the competences of a present-day mayor. Shortly after the storming of the Bastille, late in the evening of 4th of August, after a very stormy session of the Assemblée Constituante, feudalism was abolished. On 26th of August, the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, Déclaration des droits de l'homme et du citoyen, was proclaimed. Fête de la Fédération. The Fête de la Fédération on July 14, 1790 was a celebration of the unity of the French nation during the French Revolution. The aim of this celebration, 1 year after the storming of the Bastille, was to symbolize peace. The event took place on the Champ de Mars, which was located far outside of Paris at the time. The work needed to transform the Champ de Mars into a suitable location for the celebration was not on schedule to be completed in time. On the day recalled as the Journée des Brouettes, the Day of the Wheelbarrow, thousands of Parisian citizens gathered together to finish the construction needed for the celebration. The day of the festival, the National Guard assembled and proceeded along the Boulevard du Temple in the pouring rain, and were met by an estimated 260,000 Parisian citizens at the Champ de Mars. A mass was celebrated by Talleyrand, Bishop of Autun. The popular General Lafayette, as captain of the National Guard of Paris and a confidant of the king, took his oath to the Constitution, followed by King Louis XVI. After the end of the official celebration, the day ended in a huge 4-day popular feast, and people celebrated with fireworks, as well as fine wine and running nude through the streets in order to display their great freedom. On this day, event is an educational project. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel.